In Ghana, agriculture plays a critical role in reducing poverty. And yet, here in the Volta region of Ghana, most of the farmers can hardly make ends meet. They produce just enough to feed their families.
Most of them weren't using fertilizers. They weren't using irrigation. They were depending on rain-fed agriculture. Most of them weren't using pesticides, and most of them didn't have market for their produce.
Even though there are some private agriculture companies in this region, farmers do not have access to these markets. The farmers produce small quantities and are not organized to sell their produce collectively. Nor can the farmers meet the quality demands of these companies.
Now the farmers, yes, they are not able to produce enough to meet our demand, which is a challenge of input, maybe the rainfall or other stuff.
We actually want more to serve our customers, and we also want to open up more markets, but we are unable to do that right now because of the quantities that we are receiving at the moment.
In order to improve the livelihoods of the farmers in the Volta region, ICCO started a pilot project named CASH.
The CASH project, an eco-sponsored project which was implemented by ASNAPP and ASI in the Volta region of Ghana. The project met 800 farmers and in Torgome irrigation project site and 70 farmers from the atomic site. And the farmers were trained to produce high-level vegetables to feed the supermarkets and outgrowers like Eden Tree and Vegpro.
Eden Tree is a vegetable and fruit production company. We produce as well as we collect from farmers, as well as we have outgrowers who grow for us, and then we package the vegetables and send it out to the shops for consumers.
In the project, the farmers were trained in entrepreneurial skills, which covered farming as a business, bookkeeping, pricing and costing. And the agronomic phase met the farmers in the effective production of tomatoes, the effective production of green pepper, okra, and all other vegetables that were in high demand by Vegpro and also Eden Tree. As a result of the training, they realized that farming is a business. With the training, a lot of them have started keeping farm records to know the amount of implements they are buying, to know how much they are investing in. Well, at the end of the day, they are able to calculate their profits properly.
Mi va wo dola ke akota me va mi va ro kwa fifi la me agale mo wu kene mia wo gbanto mi wo vai ke me va pe la ega ke mo po la me na vinye le school mo ko ko tu ke ga ko la gbla tu la le yimi.
The youth in the Volta region is not very interested in agriculture. They don't consider farming as a way to make quick money. Instead, they would rather migrate to Accra, where they want to find jobs and trade. A lot of them end up jobless in the big city. The innovative agriculture techniques introduced by ICCO seem to inspire the youth after all.
Youth who no longer want to go back into the big cities to work are now very engaged in agriculture. They are very interested in the greenhouse, which is a more sophisticated way of growing crops. They've been trained in it, and we have a lot of youth manning it, and they are making good money.
As I am a business boy, I'm trying to practice what I learned from school and what I'm acquired from ASNAPP. So after selling all those things, I gather the money and make accounts. I get 700 Ghana cedi So I used part of that money to help my parents pay my sister's school fees. And I used part of that money to open an account so that I can add something to it for further education.
In addition to the training he received, Benjamin is now greenhouse assistant at the Torgome site. The knowledge that he acquired regarding nursing and replanting is now used on his own piece of land.
Let's go.
Of the total 887 farmers, 64 of them were trained by the service provider ASI to operate a 60-hectare center pivot irrigation system. What they produce is sold directly to Vegpro. The company is located just 5 minutes away from the field. The irrigation system will eventually be owned by the farmers. A third party provides and installs the irrigation system for them, and it is provided as a loan. To guarantee the repayment, Vegpro steps in case the farmers can't.
You can see that the rainy season is just about to start, but farmers are already planting their baby corn, which will be ready in a month to sell. So introducing the pivot center and training farmers under the pivot center is mainly focused on making the farmer more productive, not depending on the rain-fed agriculture.
At any time, my twat dagble, Zina, the further camera, yet I'm a pogrobena and young. Chala documina nechime jaula, imedanaglo.
The training that the farmers and outgrowers received through the intervention of ICCO enabled the farmers to increase their yields, also improve the quality.
If you have an organization such as ICCO coming on board to train the farmers, it means that they will improve on their output. They will supply more to us, then we'll also be able to meet our export demand.
It's beneficial to us because as they get better, we will not grow if they don't grow. Our growth is entwined with them growing.
And the result of all this? Now consumers in Europe and Ghana can buy high-quality vegetables produced in the Volta region of Ghana. But most importantly, farmers are now trained, organized, and linked to new markets.